So
Yeah, we come to Portugal more than 10 years every
Okay.
autumn, and
Good.
wine is our passion.
yeah.
And so sometimes we go to some wineries,
Yeah.
but you know, usually it's some rare places, it's some small productions,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
And it's our first time when we decide to visit
Okay,
someone
big
big,
one.
big
Yeah.
one, yeah. We
Yeah.
decide why not, and
Yeah.
of course everybody knows the story and wines casa ermelinda, and so, but it would be nice to hear from you.
Good.
Yeah, from
Okay.
the, yeah, from
So
the
let's
first
go.
race. Yeah, go.
Yeah.
My English is not perfect.
Oh, mine is bad. Worse than you.
So now you are here in vacation.
I
Or work.
you know, depends.
Okay.
We are on vacations, but we're
Yes.
still working here.
Okay.
Like,
At the same time. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yes,
course,
it
yeah.
was. And we started in August and we finished in the beginning of October.
It depends on the varieties.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right now we have 29 grape varieties, so it's a lot.
I saw on your website. Yeah, you
Yeah,
have really a
so
lot.
we have different timings for the different grapes.
Usually, how many people need for the picking time?
We have
Around.
all the year we are around 80.
80.
80. But in the harvest we need more 100 people working with us around that. Yeah. And
So 80 people it's worked all
the
year,
yeah.
to cut in, to do something, to
Yes, and
care about the what.
yeah,
vineyards,
in the winery and in the line of production of the bottles. And,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So yeah.
So in the harvest time, you just it's 100 plus 80 or total 100.
No, plus 100.
Plus, so it's about 200 people
yeah.
in the harvest time.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah. It's a lot of people.
Yeah. So you, I see it's plenty of space for some small machines.
Yes,
Yeah.
right now it's with our production it's impossible to have just picking by hands.
But do you have some parcels that you used by
Yes,
hand?
the old vineyards we use.
How is big plots? How?
Okay, so
Yeah, okay.
I will explain a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah,
So here you have all the grape varieties that we have in our hectares.
So
right?
it's like showroom.
Yes,
This
it's like
plots.
just to see a little bit.
Showrooms of varieties. Oh,
Yeah,
looks nice.
but then depending on the grape variety, we will have hectares for that grape. So the most the grape that we have the most is Castelão. That
Oh
is
yes, I know, because
yeah.
it's the most famous historical variety
here
for this
from
for
this
this area.
region, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's Castelão, and then Alicante Boucher. It's
yes.
the grape variety that produce a lot here in the region, and so we have a lot of hectares of that. But
If I
yeah,
right remember, Alicante Boucher inside it's red.
Yes,
it's
yes.
red juice. Yeah.
it's one of the only ones that is all red at all. Yeah.
It's only one variety in Portugal that's red and inside too, or you have something.
No, here in Portugal, I don't know one, just a grape variety from Portugal that is totally red. But I know that we just have the Alicante, but in Portugal exists others, but I think it's from France.
Okay, yeah.
So Portuguese we don't have, I think.
Okay, good.
But I'm not sure.
Yep.
So we have 500 hectares.
500,
500,
yeah.
yeah,
I
here
have heard
in the
about 440, but
Yeah,
it's around.
yeah. Now we buy more vineyards, so we have around 40, 100 and 40 and 60. I think it's almost 500 hectares.
You own this 500 hectares, or it's
No, it's ours.
Yeah,
Yeah. Then we work also with small producers.
you buy the grapes.
Yeah, but all the producers are from this region. Yeah.
how we speak this producers? How many hectares?
Depend. We have some that have like 10 hectares and others that have 50 hectares.
Okay.
But they are small.
Yeah. I guess it's for not for table wines. It's something
Yeah.
for rare.
And usually they have like old vineyards of Castelão, and we produce our tops with that wine. And sometimes they can bring us some interesting grapes that we can mix with our grapes, and it's the only way to produce our top. Because the old vineyards don't produce a lot, so without them it would be like impossible to produce.
Good. Okay, so let's start.
Of course.
How
Okay,
you
so
usually do it?
now, okay, so now a little bit of the history.
Yeah.
So, Casa Ermelinda Freitas was founded in 1920. In the beginning, we just had two grape varieties: the Castelão for the red wines, as we told, and Fernão Pires. For the white
wine.
But we didn't bottle in the beginning. We just sell the wine without a brand. But I don't know if you know, but we are in the fourth generation of women's managing here the company.
Only woman.
It's not normal here in Portugal.
In Portugal.
Usually all the
well.
companies the ones agriculture companies, it's more common to find men managing. Here no. In the beginning was because the man died too soon, unfortunately.
It was son of Ermelinda, or it was husband of Ermelinda. And she started to do it by herself.
But alone she couldn't do it, so she asked her daughter, Leonor, that is right now the owner.
Does Leonor has any daughter for to continue this line of women?
Yes.
So usually parents they're more waiting for the boys. In any countries, because boys it's
of course
working future. But here in this family, I guess
they
happy. Wow, it's daughter.
We had a daughter.
We can continue our business.
It's true, because in the beginning they had sons, but the sons when married with women, the woman will take the place of the man and manage here the company. The only one, it was Leonor, that was the daughter of the family. So it was.
And Leonora has some daughter now too.
Right now, yes, Joana, and have a son too, João. They both work here in the company, but Joana take a master in management and João in IT. So Joana probably will.
In future, we can get the digital wines.
Yes, probably. Probably we'll see.
Just send me wine by iPhone. Okay, got it.
It's true.
So, what about varieties?
Okay, so in the beginning we just had that two grape varieties. Then Leonor, when came here, she was a social assistant, but her mother said that if she couldn't came here, probably they had to sell the company, because alone Ermelinda wouldn't continue with the company. So what they decided is to give the company to Leonor and try to manage here the company. So the first thing that she did was in 1997 bottle the first time, and our first brand was Terras do Pó.
Terras do Pó. I know.
But with just Castelão and Fernão Pires was really difficult, so she started bringing.
It wasn't great wine. It was just
it's
wine.
Just wine, table wine. Then she started bringing other grape varieties from Portugal, from the north of Portugal, to see if that grapes will go well here in the region. And so she started to mix the grape varieties from the region and from other parts of Portugal. But for exportation, it's impossible to export like Castelão or Fernão Pires. So she started bringing international grape varieties like Alicante, Syrah, and our soil it's not really rich because it's like the sand of the beach.
Yeah, it was my question. What the soil here?
Yeah, it's like the
what
sand
type?
of the beach. Yeah.
So it's sandy soil,
Sandy soil,
with
yeah.
some mix with.
No, it's just sandy soil, but we have like the influence of two rivers, the Sado and
So
Tejo.
it's some alluvial
Yeah,
soils.
we have so
yeah.
help the I don't know what to say in English
It's
it's not the grape, it's the all the
terroir.
yeah it helps to in the summer to have water and so to create and to have more grapes and more production.
Do you ever feel the grapes or never?
No.
Feel
No.
the water.
And we have like this. It's like
Drop-in system.
drop-in
yeah?
system. Yeah, yeah.
For
But
for
all.
all vineyards.
Yes, yes, yes. But doesn't work all the time because we have the water.
How often do you use filling the
I think
grapes?
it's twice a
In
day.
summer?
Yeah, twice a day. But it's not. I know they have like how special hours, and we can use in hours that usually producers don't use. Like we can use in the beginning of the morning and in the afternoon, because as we have so much water. In the soil that we don't need so much water.
Yes. But how often you do it every day? And
No, yes, every day,
Oh, really?
twice a day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting. So good. Yeah, sorry that
no, it's fine.
interrupt
That's more
you
interesting.
for yours.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course, it's more
plan of
interesting
story.
like this. Then you right now have 29 grape varieties, and we continue to try to have more and more because we think it's more interesting for the market to have every year one more grape variety.
Yes.
And we also what we do is to associate the color to the grape variety because we have a lot of wines that are made just of one grape and not a blend because here in Portugal we mixed a lot.
Yes.
So it's not.
I guess maybe casa ermelinda the first who start to produce with a big market monogrape variety. Yeah.
Yes.
In
No,
the,
right now, yeah.
in not some private shop or just for continental jumbo.
Yeah.
Because when you are looking for something mono grape,
You will find the casa in the place.
Yeah. Of course you can find some expensive wine for the 30 euro. It would be only mono grape, but it's not would be so affordable for the price.
Yeah, I understand.
Like Pinot Noir for 10 euro. I tried it I guess one week ago. Okay, it was not the best probably Pinot Noir that I tried in my life, but it was still good.
Yes.
Yeah, it was nice for 10 euro. It's it's a good proposal. And it feels like in the blending you can see you can say that you try Portugal wine. It's Pinot Noir, but it still is this.
It's true. Yeah.
This magic.
Of French.
Portugal sense.
It's true.
Yeah.
So.
Like a little drop of Turrigan-San on that side.
Yeah, it's because of the soils and the weather.
Yes.
Yeah, but so it's more common the blends, but here in Ermelinda we try to have a lot of the market of the one grape variety wines. This is because for exportation is easier because it's more common and because we thought that our millenniums that are trying trying more wines. They really like the monovarietal wine, so the one grape wines instead of the blend.
It's easy to understand what inside it's healthy or not, it puts you something inside or not. So when you try the mono variety, it's more easy to understand you like or not.
Or not,
When you, of course, sometimes you can meet the great blends.
Yes,
but usually you have to pay more for
yeah.
the grape blend. Yes.
Yeah, so we associate always a color to that grape variety. So in the label, you can see always that color. And so if it's a Syrah of 2007 or a Syrah 2017, the color will be the same, and you can, if you don't remember the name, you will remember the color, and you say it's a casa ermelinda, the red label, and you will say it's the Syrah. So it's easier for us and for you. And I think
that's for example, Leonor sometimes make something in vineyards. Can you meet her in the fields?
I think no. When she came here to the vineyard, she just came for if a journalist asked her or something like that. But it is possible if you are doing a tasting right there and to see her, because she came to the company all days.
Really?
Yeah, so.
But no in fields. You have never seen her in fields.
No, I think no.
Okay, yeah, but
it's possible because I just started a few months ago, so yeah, I don't know.
I think she spent a lot of time already in the fields.
No, yeah.
So she can do other business already. Finally.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
Okay, so now do you want to see the winery?
Yes, I think so. But here not all the varieties.
Yes, we have 29. Yeah, we start there, and you will see that some of them you have two.
So we can walk around just to see some borders. So here is all 29.
Yes, here is all 29.
So we can compare the leaves, try to recognize some
what we do
nuances.
is in the summer, we allow you to try the grapes.
So it's not
Right
just
now, it's
showroom,
impossible.
it's a live showroom.
Yeah, no, you
with
can
grapes
try.
and oh, good. Sometimes this grape put in the wine from this showrooms or not?
No, these ones no.
No.
Usually no, but they cut them. But I think they don't. Probably they use, but I don't know. They don't produce so
Just
much.
stupid
So
question, but why
no,
not?
it is fine. They don't produce so much, so I don't know.
Yeah, of course I understand. So usually you use a small machine.
Yeah.
And how is big the boxes you use? How many kilograms?
I'm not sure about it.
20, 15?
I think it's around 20, but I'm not sure because then they put everything in the a bin truck and they bring to the.
But do they put it in some small boxes, not in?
No,
in the big?
they put in a big truck.
Already.
No, they pick with small boxes in the machine, and after that they put in the big truck.
Okay. And after the picking, the harvest immediately goes to winery. Yeah.
Yes,
because
yes,
it's
yes.
here.
Yeah,
You
it's
don't need
here,
any,
so yeah, it's in the same day.
You don't need any moving time.
We have some vineyards that are 5 kilometers of the winery, but it's really close. 5 kilometers.
It's not far from.
Yeah.
Good. Now can we see some vinification process, or
you
we
will
just see the still tanks and nothing?
I don't, if they are working, probably we'll see, but you will see from the upstairs. But sometimes they are changing the deposits and that stuff. So yeah.
How was this year? What do you think?
They say it was really good for the production. We had a lot of production.
But I have heard that August was terrible weather.
It wasn't not terrible. It was
rainy.
No, here it didn't rain.
Oh no.
No, it just rained like one day.
We just
but
lived nearby the Cascais, Lisbon,
Yeah.
and they thought that it was terrible.
No,
August.
because usually August is really, really hot in
Yes, yes,
Lisbon
yes, yes,
here,
yeah.
and it wasn't a typical here. Like here in August, you have like 40 degrees. And it's
Yes,
a lot.
yes.
And this year you didn't have.
Oh, so
that.
it was not too hot, and for
Yeah.
wine it's
It's
much
good,
better.
but usually for the ones we like get hot because the grapes will be more sweet.
More sugar,
Yeah.
more alcohol, so
Yeah, yeah.
it connects.
Yeah.
And
so,
don't forget to ask you about the varieties
Yeah.
Alvarinho.
yes.
Sometimes when I think about casa ermelinda,
Yeah.
I don't understand one thing. How you can plant it so a lot of varieties. You looks like you look like you just forget about terroir. You have sandy soil, and for example, all people care about terroir only in the north, Alvarinho, Pinot Noir, only cold north, and like in French soils. But you just north. Alvarinho bring Pinot Noir just here in the no any hills, just in the no steep slopes, just flat soils, sandy soils. How? What is? It's brave. It's good
First
knowledge.
they
is,
bring, they start to bring a little bit of that grape because of course they don't know if it will work here, and probably some that they tried didn't work so well. But the truth is that we have a really good weather here, and because of a lot of water that we have, the soil helps us a lot.
Yeah.
So
but for Alvarinho, Pinot Noir, it's not good when it's
but
too hot.
yes, but what we do is we start to the harvest earlier for that
Yes.
grapes.
Yeah.
So
Or maybe
instead,
you put some magic, some treatments.
we don't choose a lot of treatments because we think it's not so good for the grapes. Of course, sometimes it's we all.
I guess you
producers
never
need.
told me if you put some treatments for the Alvarinho to do the aroma of Alvarinho.
Okay,
You can put yeast with
Okay.
some taste of.
No, but
So, for example, you put you do Sauvignon Blanc and it's not good taste, and you
so
put,
you put
yeast
some.
of aroma of Sauvignon
No,
Blanc.
but here, no, we don't do that.
Of
but
course,
no,
of
but
course, yeah.
I know
Yeah.
we don't do that. But like our production of Alvarinho is really small, so
It's not here.
no, it's not in these vineyards. It's
Uh-huh.
a little bit far away. It's
Okay.
like 10 kilometers.
Oh, okay.
But
Pinot Noir is here, or
it's
the same?
also here is just the Castelão. Then 5 kilometers from here we produce the Sauvignon Blanc, the Alvarinho, the Pinot, and that grapes will be picked in the beginning of August because here in Portugal we start to have a lot of hot weather in August. So what we do to have sure that grapes will
But-
that we can produce that grapes here is to pick them earlier than
But when you pick it earlier, you lose sugar.
yeah, but
So,
that
and you
wines
will-
you will see it's not so they don't have so much alcohol because of that they can't transform the sugar in alcohol, and they are more soft wines and more elegant because of that because they didn't like they are ready to pick, but if they stay more time in probably the grape will die, and usually what we think is like a lot of production we could have a really good quality in that wines if it takes a little bit more long, but at the same time a lot of the production we will lose. So
How many enologists work
we just
here?
have one
Oh, really?
enologist. then he works with
And small Casa Sta Maria in Kalash, they have 3 for 10 hectares. You have 500 hectares only one.
just one,
Okay.
yeah, and now we have a winery in Douro and in Minho, and it's the same enologist that is working with us in the other companies. So,
Okay. How is name?
Jaime Kendera.
Okay. João.
Jaime Kendera.
Okay. We'll see. So let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Maybe they close
This
inside.
one. No. I have so much keys that it's impossible. Now you will feel the smell.
Yes, of fermentation process, and it comes.
You're supposed to put the cork in the bottle in the beginning. Yeah, it was like the traditional method of putting the cork.
Штука, в которую вставляли и закрывали бутылки. Горкование.
Okay, so this winery was inaugurated in 2015, so it's really, really new. Just had 4 years. And when we did this winery, we thought that we could grow until 2050 because this winery has the capacity to produce 20 million liters per year, so it's a lot. But last year we produced 14 million liters.
14 million.
Yeah. So, and probably this year we produce much more. It's impossible to grow until 2050. So we are rebuilding here the winery to Okay, so now we'll go upstairs just for you to see all the process. This one I think is 27.
Почти sweet of
We put wine inside, but we don't sell it. So for us,
The floor is wet.
okay. So if you want to see here, okay. So here is the vats of gamification where they do the fermentation and the press
I
vats.
see, yeah, it's a
Yeah. Right now they're
press, pneumatic press.
yes. Yeah.
The most expensive press.
Yeah, it is.
But it's very more gentle for the
Yeah,
wine.
yeah. So right now we are not pressing nothing because
You already picked off
all,
harvest.
yeah. So we have some that are finishing now the fermentation, and others that are doing the fermentation. I think you can. Sometimes they hire.
Do you still have some fermentation or white wine or only red?
No, I think we have. I think muscatel that it's white.
Sweet.
It's sweet, but the grapes are white.
Yeah, but usually fermentation more long time.
More long time, so yes. But
do you use high temperature for muscatel?
Yes.
How is temperature?
I don't know the real temperature they use, but it's much hotter than the.
More than 30, I guess.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, because then they had the brandy, so
They stopped the
they stopped the
fermentation.
fermentation, yeah.
So I guess it's maybe about 35.
35, yeah.
Maybe.
Probably.
So good. Do you know what inside now in tank or?
I think each one have a grape variety.
Yeah.
They don't mix the grape varieties here. So
your fermentation, you fermentate separate.
Separate,
varieties,
yeah,
and after
like
you blend it.
then, yeah. Here, these big ones are Castelão. It's always the big ones because it's what we produce the most.
Yes.
Then I didn't.
How many liters this one?
Okay, so these ones have around 50 thousand liters.
50,000.
Yeah, 50,000 liters.
Satisfied.
But you have some in the other room that are more small. It's 8,000 liters. But I don't know if you saw it. If you saw it.
8,000, it's more traditional size.
Yes, yes. These ones are.
Yeah, but this one
is more bigger.
50,000, it's really big. It's really big.
Like the small ones is 20. We have a lot of sizes, and in the outside, I didn't know if you noticed, but we had really huge ones that are 600,000.
Oh my god.
600,000. It's that one that we see when you come in here.
Yeah, when you are when you come to the winery, you saw it outside the.
How many liters?
600. 600,000, yeah.
600 тысяч литров. 1
time, yeah.
Focus to wow.
Yeah,
And you have free, yeah?
No, we have more. We have like 8 or 10.
Oh.
It's a lot.
10. Decent.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to calculate all the volume of this.
Yeah, it's impossible. Yeah.
Okay.
And they are all full.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And how many wine you aged in oak? Not how many. In
proportion,
Yeah.
it's like all our grape wines of one grape variety of the reds goes to the oak barrels, and also our
Which one? Castelão?
the Castelão, the Merlot, the Trincadeira, all the reds.
All red.
All red, but the one grape variety, just one grape variety. Yeah. Then you have the ones just with Castelão and Touriga Nacional and a little bit of syrup. It's like some of the blends of the region more common that makes more table wines that don't go to the oak barrels.
Do you age some white wine
Yes.
in oak?
Yeah, we have some. Yeah.
Oh,
Dona Ermelinda Branco, this one. Now we have also a white reserve from Dona Ermelinda Branco, and also goes to the oak.
Can we try it later, for example?
Yeah.
Oh, it's interesting. Good.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Oh, the big
Okay.
woods.
Yeah. Here it's because we this is made part of our culture, but a lot of tourists when came here they don't know how we have the porks and how we produce the porks.
Do you buy the porks?
Yes, we don't produce it, we buy it because we buy it to Emuri, that it's the biggest company of porks in the world. And so they give us an sample of how to produce the pork, because a lot of people thought that we cut the trees or that it was not so good for the trees, and so we bring here to show people that this is good and important for the tree and for the vitality of the tree. Like you have to wait 9 years to have like this to make the porks. So
New level of when you put it, like here, and you have to wait more 9 years. When it's starting new skin of
yeah. If you see here, you have each line is 1 year in the here in this sample. You can see that.
Oh, so you can check how old is he.
Yeah.
Yeah. How old is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
So it's about
usually
10,
they all
the
should have
biggest one.
9. Usually they all should have 9, but yeah, of course, sometimes it's not possible and they take a little bit earlier or later, but it's always 9 years, but some are bigger than the others. Yeah. And of course, we use different corks because we have different wines and the price of the wines are different too. So, of course, for the top ones, we just use corks from 100% pure, like that we take from these samples and put in the bottle. Is these ones, yeah. And then you have the ones that are made by pressing this mold.
Because I know, in fact, I don't know a lot about corks, but I knew that it just cutting the cork tree, and after it's pressing with some glue and something.
Yeah,
and
because, but when you press, you have these ones, and usually you use these ones when you don't want or you don't need the wine to stage in the bottle, because these ones are the.
This one from the whole piece.
Yeah, this is the 100% pure. And this one is pressed one.
Yeah.
But what we do is in the part that it's in contact with the wine, we put like a little bit of this one. So with the part that it's in contact with wine, you have sure that this one will not affect the wine.
Yes.
Because
but this one looks more, more strong for keeping, no?
No,
when
because
it's pressing, it's more hard.
No, this one is for the sparkling wine.
I know, I know, but sometimes you can meet press cork for just normal wine.
No, because this one, if you put the wine like the bottle like this, when with the years and with the contact with the wine, the cork will start to.
This is
I know, and the cork will start to, how can I say, to this one will be intact.
To heal.
Yeah, and this one will start to heal and to have some sediments that will escape. And
Yes.
So, yeah.
This no.
No, this one no.
Okay, good. New information.
If you want, you can keep it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, of course.
Подарили пробки. Да. That one?
That one is the same, but no, this one is like this ones. But when they have different process, if you want, you can take. When they pass for the process, the color change. So it's like
it's
also
pressing,
pressed, but here
it
no.
was whiting.
Yes.
Yeah. Отбеливают пробки, я прочитал.
Yeah. Here you see that you have this part that is.
Oh yes, это то, о чем Мария сейчас говорила, что для спарклинга they use pressing cork and little parts of whole cork. Здесь можно увидеть, что это склеено кусочек целой пробки, кусочек прессованной пробки. Cool. I see the difference. It's interesting. Can I take this one?
Yes, of course.
Because it's a really new experience.
Okay, so here is our lab. Here is.
It's heart of the curacao of
Yes, the heart of.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Мы
So.
наблюдаем.
Yeah.
Они всем дают наблюдать. Okay, we look for not for that can look everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. So what this?
Okay, so right now what she's doing is to they gave her some samples of the wine that it's not wine already because it's in fermentation, so it's like juice. But like during the fermentation, they have to control if the tier of alcohol that they want to put in the that the wine have.
Or some disease or yeast or
Yeah.
something. Or
So it's them that they do all the tests and check if everything is fine.
Yeah, and but does she?
Here they don't try; they just test all
but
the wines.
so she checked the condition of the wine.
Yes.
With by eyes, by hands, or use some equipment.
Yeah, they use like this equipment, like you are seeing here, and then they sometimes use these little glasses and put other chemics like this one.
Yes,
and when they change the color, they can say what
I
the
understand
wine
the
have.
chemical
and-
process of the.
Yeah, so like this,
Yeah.
what she's doing right now.
And I know that room should be almost clear. Like,
Yeah, they have to clean all days in the beginning of the work and in the final of the day to have sure that everything is really well clean, and they have always to wash their hands and
Oh, cool.
yeah.
I guess maybe first time when we saw it. How the personnel should be qualified for this work?
Yes.
How it's university?
University like biology and chemics, they will know.
Or just courses, for example. I'd like to do like that. Okay, 2 months and let's go.
No, I think no. I think they.
No, you don't take me.
Here in Portugal, I know they have like, if you don't want to finish the school, you have some professional courses that train you for a specific specific works, and you can have like this work like that, but usually.
So not necessary to go to the university.
To all the university, yeah. If they take 3 years, but it's always a course of 3 years or 2 years, of something technical. Yeah. But I think she has biology and
so she knows what to do.
Yeah, she knows. Then for the blends, it's our enologist who does that part. She doesn't do that. It's in other lab because you have a special lab just for that. Because they spend a lot of time trying to mix the red varieties.
If she found some trouble, does she have any red button? I have trouble.
No,
she
she had.
no,
she will because the wife of the enologist is also enology.
Oh, okay.
And she works here, and she is the director of this department. So when something is wrong, they will talk with her and tell we found something that it's not well for the wine, or something that it would not should appear in the wine. So what we can do, and then she will know what to do. And if she doesn't, she will call him. And
so now don't worry for you for this room.
Yeah, probably they will know what to do.
Good.
Here in this lab, they also do the part of when you have to start the harvest. As we were saying, don't have all the harvest at the same time. So
you pick
some grapes,
little grapes, and you check with the equipment. Is it ready? How many alcohol? How many sugar? What is pH? What is polyphenol maturity and other things? You check it and you decide. Harvest or wait.
It's that part. It's these girls.
I think it's the most important part. So, but before when we didn't have any machine computers, 100, 200, 300 years ago, how the wine producer did it? Just
they tried
harvest time, but they have some fillings at the ends of the fingers. They can just buy the seeds
Yeah,
and
it's
understand
true.
everything. But
yeah.
now
Now
machine is working and
so people don't have to have that skills.
but it's good to use if we have. Why not?
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
Yeah, so right now is what she is doing, is just analyzing the wine.
Yeah.
And now she can say to the enology how much will be the tier of alcohol that these wines will have.
So from her results, he can up or down the temperature of fermentation,
they can,
or put, for example, more yeasts or not.
Yeah. They can,
Or do you use wood chips for aging? You know wood chips? Some pieces of wood.
Okay.
Or, for example,
Okay.
and it looks like really small pieces, or sometimes like like human brain. It's for wood, and you put it in the wine, and for taste of wood. And after, for example, 2 weeks, you put it on.
No, we just like
aging in oak.
Yeah, and the others that don't age in oak.
I just yesterday talked with some woman who use a cheap.
Sometimes
use
usually it's like small producers that because the oak barrels are really expensive. So
Yes.
To give just a little bit of the tasting of the wood and not to spend so much money, they use that
and
technique.
you have taste of
Yeah.
Okay, good. So let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Process that the wine has to. So when you have the wine ready, and if it passed by oak barrels in the final, they have to pass to this vat too, because this is the vat that will filter the wine and have sure that the wine don't have sediments in the bottle.
The small one is for what?
The small one is when you have to put in the bottles, but you don't want to fill all the wine. So you will fill this one just. I think it's like. Of them, but this small is just for to pass from one vat to another, and some of the wine is just for bottling. Like you will see in the line that because when you fill this one, and if you are bottling, you have to finish all the wine, because you can't have this vat with just a little bit of wine. Because you have a lot of oxygen there, and you don't want. So when you know that you have a wine that you want to put in a bottle, but you don't want to fill all this vat, what you do is to put a part in that one, and the other just go to a small vat, but bigger than that one.
Okay, good. That one is for
the regulation of the temperature.
How usually you clarify the wines?
It's here in this vat. They have like a system that will clarify and stabilize in
you
the
put something
cold.
like bentonite or some synthetic materials. It's not bad, it's just usually.
I don't know. That part I'm not sure, but I think yes. I know that all the small producers in the beginning they use like eggs, the part of the eggs to keep. nowadays we don't use that, of
I
course.
guess
So
you don't use
no,
that.
yeah, we don't use. So probably
So
you
you-
use some of.
If you do, you will have a lot of biscuits.
biscuits, yeah, no. But we
No
don't use-
biscuits. No.
No, so we don't use. No, but probably use one of that to clarify the one.
Okay, can we speak with somebody about equipment?
I will
no.
check if I have anyone available right now. Yeah, because first they don't speak in English usually, and then it's a little
That's interesting.
complicated.
Yeah, if you don't have no problem, but if
I
you
will
have some
check, yeah, we can,
more than last year.
yeah.
70
Yeah, we have a lot of
тысяч
production
литров.
this year. Yeah.
В прошлом году было 40, а сейчас 70. Вот, 70 тысяч. 70 миллионов. 70 миллионов. 70 millions. Вау! О! Это очень круто, когда ты можешь прийти и посмотреть на весь процесс. Не все дают это сделать. Не у всех такая удобная площадка. В общем, классно. Они упаковывают 10 миллионов бутылок в день. То есть 70 миллионов, в день по 10 миллионов бутылок они упаковывают. То есть им нужна только неделя на упаковку.
top, we also have to add some the brandy, and you could, that brandy is done of what's left from the
Yes, I
one.
know. Yeah, after this, after the salmon.
Yeah. So we don't use in that part. We don't use ours. We buy it because we sell all the ours, and then we have to buy for the muscatel. It's cheaper because we sell them ours, but we have also the price. And I think it's the same process.
You use this grain for the delivery as a wine?
No.
It's not yours?
No, it's not
So,
ours.
no, train, road. It's not of casa ermelinda. We saw that we use it for delivery. It's more comfortable.
Yeah, but no. Sometimes it can be possible, but usually we use big straps. They put it here, but it's not from 2007. This is not correct. These are samples that we have to send to the commission of wine of our region, and they will check if everything is fine to sell our wine. And then we have to keep it until the year that we say it's good for consumption, because all the producers say like that you can keep that wine for some years, and so we can keep this sample until that year. But of course, sometimes we have people that say, "Oh, I try a wine that we maintained for 10 years and it was really great," and we say, "Good, but we can keep it so long."
Maria, what's wrong with this bottle?
Okay, so some of these ones are doing, they are fine, but they are doing a stage in bottles.
Снимай когда звук пишется отсюда.
Okay, so these containers have bottles that are doing the stage in bottle. So we start put in these containers, and then we will put again the label, because if we put the label first, everything will be with the years will be disrupted and will not be fine. But they are fine. Of course, this one is a little bit old, so it seems like a mess, but they are fine.
Okay.
Okay, so we have three rooms of stage. This one is from the 2-year stage. What is the second year of stage? What is this? In these rooms, in the main room that we will go in a few moments, we have the top wines. And there it's new oak barrels, and it can stay like for a year to 2 years, that one.
Okay, what is temperature here in that room?
Around 18 degrees, 20 degrees. Around there. Then,
And what size? I guess it's about 600.
no,
less?
here it's 20.
225. Just looks bigger.
Yeah.
So it's a traditional small barrels.
Yeah, it is. You have then
225.
2 to 5, yeah.
And it's one to 2 years.
Yeah, and then here in this one is the oak barrels that were used the first time for the top, and then we reuse for the ones that we have a little bit of the tasting of wood, but not so much. And so here the wine will stay around 6 months to 9 months.
Okay. Is it French or?
We use French and American. Yeah.
Depends on the variety.
Yes.
Depends on the grape.
Yeah. And then we also reuse again these ones, but for the Muscatel. Because the Muscatel can stage in oak barrels for 9 years, 10 years. It's a lot of time, so we reuse a lot of times.
But that ones are not too old barrels.
No, this one's no.
You thought it's new.
Yeah, these ones were used first time.
Okay.
Now they are in the second utilization.
Okay, good. How many barrels here?
It's around here in this room. It's around 1,000 barrels. Then in our main room, you will see it's huge and have around 3,000 oak barrels. And you can test.
Total is 3 rooms for each.
3, yeah.
And that one is the smallest.
This one is the smallest, yeah. With the stage. So what they do is all of them have a number, and what they picked a number, and they have to go and check. So yeah.
Here is only one grape or
Yes. No. Here. No. You can have more, but it's like in the same oak barrel. You just have one grape variety.
Yeah. But here it's.
No, it's you have Syrah, Castellan, and I think that's it. Because in the main room is where you have all the grape varieties, red grape varieties.
And so the winemaker immediately just knows the numbers of the barrels.
No.
That one is Syrah, that one is Castellan.
And you can check in the main room that you in the beginning of each barrel you have like a stamp where it says each grape variety.
What date is.
Yeah. And then in the following one don't have the ticket because it's the same. Then when they put again, it's no, just in still and in the bottle.
In the bottle.
Yes.
Can you see how you keep the bottle?
It's like the ones that you saw it. It's in that big container. They put it in the big
bottles.
Yeah, they put in that container the bottle in the container that you saw it here in this room.
But nobody makes image when you turn the bottles, use handles.
Okay, it's then they have like a small place where they do that and where they will put the labels in the final of the process and that stuff. But it's not here; it's in another room, and we can go there. Importantly. Yeah, we have. This is because it was the house. It's the area where everything started. So it's a house of ermelinda and the old winery.
But now she doesn't live here.
No, the family lives in Setúbal.
I guess with so successful business, she can live in Miami and not in Setúbal.
No, but right now she's continuing living in Setúbal.
Okay.
Because she wants to come here.
Keeps the roots.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, but so.
And nobody lives here from the family.
From the family, no, but they have like a sir that lives here to have sure that everything is secure and nothing happens here. Yeah. So
Okay.
this is the house. The pool, it was when Joana and João started growing up. This was like the vacation house of the family, and to visit when they come here to visit the grandmother, they came here, and as in the summer it's so hot that she built a pool for the grandchildren. Here, so it's the winery.
Okay. But I lost I guess the beginnings of the story.
Okay.
When the family starts so rich.
Okay, so it was
Who was first?
Okay, so it was Lunil, but I will just turn on the lights.
Oh, good. Dверь.
Okay, so I will explain a little bit of the history, but everything starts with, as we know, the company and the name just was found with Leonor. Because in the beginning we don't have like Casa Ermelinda Freitas. It was just a winery of a family, the family Freitas. Okay, so everything starts with Leonilde and Manuel João de Freitas, because is what it says here is that
Manuel João de Freitas.
yeah, that they come to Portugal. The family wasn't Portuguese and came here and buy a lot of small lands.
It was Manuel João de Freitas.
It was not Manuel João de Freitas, it was the family of Manuel João de Freitas. And then by
they were from.
I can say the name.
No. They were from what country?
It's Africa.
Africa.
Yeah, it was the explorator of Africa, and when it came here, start to keep some of the lands.
So when they came here, there wasn't poor family. If they bought something, they were a rich family in the beginning.
No, in the beginning, here it's a little bit difficult because all the families that lived in the countryside weren't rich, so the family wasn't rich, but they could have
working
hard. A lot, and they just have their winery and sell a little bit more than the others, but it just sell the wine. But it wasn't like a really rich family as they are now.
His wife was
No, Leonilde. Manuel João de Freitas married with Leonilde. And then they had 3 children. One that was Manuel João de Freitas, they give the same name of the father, José da Silva and Domicilia. There were 3 children, and they had to separate the land. And this part
for every children.
Yeah, but this part of the land, Germaine took the place of the husband because he died too soon, and then they had a son that was the husband of Dona Ermelinda. João Freitas Junior.
Junior had a son.
That it's in that side.
And he was married.
Okay, so Manuel João de Freitas, Leonilde and Manuel João de Freitas had one Manuel João de Freitas who married with Germaine. Then they had also a Manuel João de Freitas who married with Dona Ermelinda. Okay. son that they give again the name Manuel João de Freitas. Again. So they are three. Yeah.
Oh.
It's complicated, but here in Portugal it's really
Oh
common.
yes, I know.
Yeah, they all the parents want the same name.
If you are not Luís, you are
João, Manel.
Oh, Luís.
Oh yeah. Oh, Pedro.
Pedro.
Oh, again, Luís.
Yeah. So
You
okay.
can always guess
Okay,
what
yeah.
is your name.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. And so the sort of Manuel João was married to Ermelinda.
Yes, it's this one.
Yeah.
This one married with
Yeah.
Ermelinda, and he was the one that started to bring more to this company. Because now you will see the process here in this old winery, but he thought like this old vets wasn't enough, so he built another room for this winery that we will check then. And then what he thought it was he don't want to sell just for usual people the wine. He wants to sell for big companies because it would be better for him because he could produce more and sell more.
All of them, they make wine.
Yeah.
Make wine all
Make
time.
wine.
Yeah.
All time. But in the beginning, with Leonilde and Germaine, they also have some animal production and some other fruits and vegetable cultives.
How many hectares they have?
In the beginning, they just have from vineyard 60 hectares.
60.
60. Yeah.
Okay.
In the
So
beginning.
начиналось 60.
60. Yeah. Then.
60? 60 is not too small.
No, now for here from the region, it is a little bit because you have big land.
60 is not 6, it's not 16, it's 60.
In 60, yeah, but right now we have 500.
Oh yes, but 60 is
No.
as well. It's
Yeah,
not too
like
small.
no, it's not small, but like if you go to Douro region,
Yeah.
60 hectares, it's a lot for
Yes.
a farm
Yes,
because
yes.
you don't have like huge hectares there. Here it's like of course 60 hectares, it's great and fantastic for that time, but comparing with what we have now, it's small of course.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Okay, so
And so it could be man's story, but it's a pity when he died. And
Always
start the woman business.
Yeah.
But before this generation, it was men's.
It's not men's because they died too soon, so it was the
I mean, before the 3 generation, it was men's business. Yeah.
yeah, but it was not just for this family. It's what it's an international family.
Yeah.
As
So Ermina started woman business.
yeah, and then he married with Dona Ermelinda and had a daughter that was Leonor.
Oh yes.
That's
Yeah.
this.
We know how she looks like.
Yeah.
So let's go.
Yeah, and
this-
Joana
yeah.
is João.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are now a little bit different. This is when they were
Oh yes.
a little bit younger.
How old nowadays?
Okay, João I think had 40 years, 42, and Joana 35.
Okay. Plenty of time to do something.
Something, yeah. And now Joana is like the right hand of the mother, so yeah. Okay, so here was the first beds that we had, like the big ones that you saw it came to make the same process that were used.
The first fermentation was
here, yeah.
Yeah, because, but I guess it's not food because it's too high.
Yeah, this one's a little bit, yeah, we use this ones.
You can.
Yeah, but we use these ones instead of go inside. What we do is to put the grapes inside of this machine, and they will triture with by hand. And that one have a little bit. It's more mechanical, so. Yeah. Then when the wine was ready, they put it here in this deposit, and they pumped with this one by hand.
This machine.
Yeah.
So now it's a little bit more easy,
Yeah.
to feel and to clean.
True.
And it's stainless steel and not. So here you can get more disease, more yield of yeast of grapes.
And
But it's more wild, more nature, more true.
yeah, it's true. And this was the presses.
Press, yeah. It's a big. Yeah.
And this one, we had another ones that were more traditional and that you have to do more effort with the hands than this one.
Did you buy all this stuff?
No,
or
this is
it's
stuff.
left from.
Left, yeah. When
from the old
Lulu,
winery.
when Lulu came here,
Uh-huh.
she had all these objects, and she thought that it would be interesting to keep it. And then when she started the company started to grow, what she decided is to have. What she decided is to bring here all these objects, because this family really want to keep the traditional and how they started. So yes, everything that you can see here is from the family. Okay, so now I will explain. When in the generation of Dona Ermelinda and Manuel João de Freitas Jr., they thought that the vets that we saw now weren't enough for the production. So they built this room of the winery, and so they put the vets in the up. So the process of pumping you will not need that process because of the gravity. The wine will fall for the big vat in fermentation, and here
It's cement wet.
yeah,
It's
cement.
cement.
And here it's the same.
Concrete. In English.
Concrete.
Okay, yeah.
But it is, but it's
Yeah.
cement.
Yeah, in Russian the same cement.
So, and here it's because of the temperature. Here was not so constant. So what we have is big vats like these ones, but in the underground. So it's the same of these, but in the underground. So have like the same theoretical found of the oak barrels, the stage rooms, but without the oak barrels. It's to stage with a good temperature.
Oh yes, it's not easy to clean.
Yeah, it was really difficult.
You know, maybe 1 month, 2 months ago, in Moscow we were in some wine bar, and we were sitting a bar called Barrel.
Okay.
Yeah, like Barrel. And when you're sitting in this bar, you sit inside, but a really big one. It was not like that.
It's huge, really
huge.
huge.
Maybe from that side.
The bar is inside of that.
Yeah.
That's
And
so
you
cool.
you see the walls.
Yes.
And you sit, you eat, you drink inside this
the-
bar.
oh my
This,
God.
yeah.
It's so cool.
It's rebuilding, and so it's logic. It's wine bar.
Yeah.
And you
of
sit
course.
inside barrel, and it's called barrel. So
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, that's really good.
I
I didn't
guess
know
it-
that you have so huge ones that you could do
Oh,
a
we
bar
had, yeah, we had. So I guess I don't know, maybe it's a couple thousand of liters.
Yeah,
Maybe
here
more,
you could produce
maybe 5, I don't know, maybe 10.
Yeah, here you could produce 1,000 liters per year, so it's a lot. Yeah.
So let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, to the next.
This is more like day-by-day objects that they used in the beginning of the years.
In the 20th century, yeah?
Yeah.
All things.
Yeah, in 1920, 1910.
Okay. A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know. Oh, some glasses. Glasses with.
Here, some of the pictures that you see, of course, aren't the family. They make like I don't know, a pairsary. I don't know. How can I say? It's a relation between with our with how can I say? It's not a cameraman. It's keeping the name. It's
one and a half, or just like
starting to disappear everything.
Oh, yes.
No, but we make like a partnership with the municipality of Palmela, and they gave us the pictures and that stuff because it was impossible to have these pictures.
Oh, sorry. Good size. It's for wine.
Yeah, this was huge, and I don't know how they could serve from these.
Okay.
The glasses.
So let's go to the other rooms for aging, yeah?
Yeah. I'll just turn off. Yeah.
Well, from our grandparents.
Yeah. Now we go to the main room.
Oh, it's from the old
The
one.
brand, yeah. But this one is the
For
only
branding.
part that it's not ours.
Ah.
Yeah, this is for the part to do the branding. I think you have in Moscow too for the vodka. That's
Usually, but we don't go to the vodka
okay.
factory, so
But
we don't
it's
know.
like this, and they use like this. Here they made.
Самогонный аппарат.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and this is part of them. Yeah.
Aguardiente.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The
It's
stuff.
the same. Yeah, but ours is from
Ours.
the wine that we use. Yeah. But this part is not ours. It was given by the municipality, and this is to take water from the floor, from the soil. Sorry.
From the soil.
Yes, you put it this in the soil, and you could take the water.
Interesting. Never seen. So good. Let's go.
Okay, let's go. And here you can check this like this one is marble. Here is a petit cup. So yeah.
But if you'd like to check Merlot, so you have to.
Yeah, no, but you come here, take this half.
Take this.
Yeah, and then they will do the same in this place. So they have
They have a space to reach
Yes, always,
every
yeah.
house.
yeah.
Okay, good.
And this is the process that takes a few months to put and to take out these oak barrels because oak barrels without the wine is a little bit heavy. It's 50 kilograms, so it's a little bit. So what they do is to put first the barrels. They will pump, but mechanical pump of course, to the barrels, and then they will to take the barrels from here. They will pump first and then take the barrels.
Good.
And here we don't use mechanical stuff to put the barrels. What they do is to put the first line of barrels, then the second one, and it's always men who does this stuff because
if somebody, just push it and
everything
all
goes
line.
wrong. Yeah. It's a little bit dangerous.
In some vineyards, some winery, we saw, like white powder around the not cork.
Okay.
Sulfurs.
Okay.
Sulfurs. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. In case of any disease or something.
Yeah.
Usually you don't put the.
Here we don't need. Of course, if we see that something have that problem, we can use. But usually we don't need,
Okay.
and we use these ones because it's easier to take out and to put again. Because with cork here it would be impossible to take and put again. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So now we are going to the tasting. I don't know if you want to go to the car to pick your.
Oh yes, I think it's better to have a break for 5 minutes.
Of course,
Yeah.
I will stay here in the store waiting for you. And if
Давай.
you want to go to the
Фотоаппарат. Type of pruning.
yes,
That one. Cardon, guyo,
yes,
1 hand, 2 hands.
yes. I think
one.
it's 2 hands, but then they keep more of these small ones.
Yeah, but is it cardon or not? You don't know.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yes. That ones are Castelão, yeah. All of them, yeah. Here is one of our first vineyards.
Does Castelao have some disease problems with like mildew or?
No, here is a really strong grape
Yeah.
variety, yeah. Castelão, yeah. We have some that have some problems. The Muscatel Rouge, I don't know if you hear.
Yeah.
It's the one that it's worse for us. Yeah. That every hills that appears goes to that one.
Большие баррелы.
That one,
Yeah, these ones
biggest,
are the huge ones.
Yeah.
And sometimes they say they go up when they finish the work at 5, and they can see like the sun go down. They go up to these ones, and the view is like incredible.
Good.
But I never went there, so.
Yeah. You have to keep the right temperature. Because
here it's impossible to.
Yeah. So it's really it's a huge, enormous, huge fridge.
Yeah, here, yeah.
Very expensive. It looks like in New Zealand or Australia they have. Sometimes they don't have some buildings. They just in the
just
fields.
have this,
Fields they keep.
Yeah. Here
That's a
we
huge,
have
lots.
a little bit more problem because our temperatures are higher than in New Zealand and that stuff. But
Depends on, but
depends.
it could be.
Yeah.
Yes, here is. But in Alentejo, I guess more.
Yeah, it's more.
hotter.
It's different. I think here it's humid, but
Yeah,
hot.
you
And in
you
Alentejo,
feel-
no, it's dry.
You feel humidity from the ocean.
Yeah.
And in Alentejo, it's just
No, it's
dry,
really
hot.
dry. Yeah.
And they have another soils.
It's different.
Okay, so keep your time and.
The wine, sorry.
Good.
Tasting room. С view. Как ты наслаждаешься?
Да, много интересного. Мы в первый раз находимся на такой большой винодельне. Все, конечно же, коммерческое. Качество винограда с машинной сборкой, наверное, не такое хорошее, как ручная сборка. Вот. Но, тем не менее, дом эрмелинда, точнее, сейчас касса эрмелинда даже называется, то у них всегда на уровне вина. То есть, скажем, если ты не знаешь, что брать в магазине, ты можешь спокойно взять вино их. Будет обычное нормальное вино. Будет отличаться какими-то острыми углами. Будет нормальное пиккое вино. Вот. Ну, конечно, у них есть какие-то резервы, там, выдержки, которые, наверное, даже посоревнуются с кем-то. Там, за 20, 30, 50, я думаю, что под 100 евро точно не что, интересно.
Спасибо.
Огромное, конечно, пространство. Что ж там у Бакаля творится с 1200 гектаров.
И это, я так понимаю, не вся часть их, да? То есть это не весь завод. Вот там вдали, вот за тобой, тоже часть их баррелов, и еще есть производство, как она говорила, да, там в 10 километрах отсюда.
Колбаску.
7,5 евро с человека.
Да это вообще какое-то, 7,5.
Ходит, нам рассказывает, показывает.
Сейчас еще кормить, вон, видите, вот.
И в дегустацию вина входит 4 вина на человека. Представляете? Это не как мы тут были недавно на Castle Стамаре, да? Где нам наливали по 5 грамм в бокал и 8 евро просили за бокал. Вот. Ну, то что, редкое место, а это популярное. Вся разница.
Okay, so I bring you two whites, the Sauvignon Blanc with Verdal that don't stage in oak barrels, but it's one of my favorites. So I bring to you to try. I don't know if you tried already. Okay, no? Good. Then I bring you the Donnelly Reserve, the one I told you, and that makes a stage in oak barrels for months. And it's a stronger wine, white wine, and it's more for to go with food. But
How long it was aged?
sorry,
How long it was aged?
I think it was like 4 months. It's not. It wasn't a long time.
On lease or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In oak, French oak barrels. Okay. Then I bring you two reds, the Touriga Nacional, that it's a Portuguese grape variety, and the Cabernet. Okay, so now we will start with the Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah.
Can
So, Sauvignon Blanc is a really fresh wine. Here, Sauvignon Blanc is a grape variety from France. It's really fruity. You have some notes of tropical fruits. But Verdal, that it's a grape variety from the north of Portugal, usually is more used for the green wines. Cuts a little bit of the fruity of the Sauvignon Blanc. So
is it planted here?
Yes, everything is planted here. For me, we have one that is 100% of Sauvignon Blanc. That is also really good. But for me, this little part with Verdelho makes the wine more complex and complex.
More acidity, I guess. Verdelho gives the wine more freshness, acidity. Yeah. Because Sauvignon Blanc usually is enough acidity, but not in Portugal. In Portugal it's more fruity. But Verdelho is always works.
So makes it a really good wine. I don't know if you like this type of whites or if you usually prefer more stronger ones.
I think usually we prefer less fruity wines.
Okay.
You know, But in Portugal it's not easy.
Yeah, in Portugal
Yeah.
it's not really easy. Yeah.
So because it's usual just too acidity
yeah.
or it just too fruity. It's usually just too something
Just
too. So in the white wines I prefer more in the region in Cruzado, for example, when it's aged because
Yeah.
it's another type of fruit here.
Yeah.
It's other, it's some smells, some
yeah.
specific aromas and or some elegant mineral white wines.
Yeah.
It's,
So you don't like
yeah.
a lot the fruity ones.
I like Sauvignon Blanc when it's in Portugal, when it looks like,
Too fruity.
No, in France. Yeah.
It's less fruity.
Yeah. So I like Sauvignon Blanc in Portugal when it looks like not Portugal wine.
Portuguese wine.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I like Verdelho when it's monogrape. What else? Of course, Alvarinho. Because it's
Alvarinho.
good
Yeah, we
acidity.
also have here, but it's really different from the green wines. It's not so
I know.
don't have so much acidity as in the green wine.
Here it doesn't have
So much acidity, no.
Acidity, no. Oh, okay.
It's more fruity. Yeah. But here in this region, usually
crispy.
usually the wines are more fruity, than in Alentejo. Alentejo are
I
more
know,
dry.
because it depends on the terroir. You have the soils, you have the lands, and
Of course.
It just to check the temperature, it's my choice.
Of course.
So it's 40. So it's nice, and even I don't feel it through it. It's.
If you want, you can.
Yeah. Usually I use it, but it's good.
Okay.
And today I'm not driver.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. What else?
Okay.
The reserve. What's inside? What the?
Okay,
varieties?
so Reserve is a blend, and we mix Chardonnay with Viognier, and we put a little bit of Farinto.
Oh, good. I guess it's more interesting.
Yeah. Do you want to use the same glass or?
I think it's good to just to try it after time.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you have plenty of glasses, we can. So how long on the list it was? How months?
It's around 4 months to 6 months. Yeah. Okay, so this one you will feel that it's more stronger, it's more full-bodied.
Chardonnay and Viognier and Farinto.
Yeah.
I guess maybe it should be a little bit more warmer.
Okay.
Maybe because it's
too cold, and so you lost a lot of characteristics.
For this temperature is okay. This one maybe couple degrees warmer.
We can wait.
Yeah. They were in different fridge, so
And
probably this one more in a colder one.
Do you produce some white wine really aging, like 1-2 years in bottle or on lease or more than 1 year? Or
No, I think no. Like sometimes what we have is like these whites that this one is from 2018, but we just bottled a few months ago. But we have one that it's our ermelinda just white that make a stage of 4 months, and sometimes that one we can bottle and don't sell everything, and some stay in a bottle, but it's not on the purpose of staying in a bottle.
Yeah, I understand. So it's not your target to keep the wine for aging.
Yeah. Yes.
I understand, because you are on the big market, and for you it's of course more
to sell. Yeah.
More reasonable to produce fast,
and to
sell
fast.
Yeah,
for the whites, yes, because we think that our whites are not like in Douro, that they can stage for a long time, and the rest also. Ours can stage, but if you compare in the region, usually you have now our the years of our wines are 2014, 2015, and in some places in Douro you can find 2011, 12, because the soil is really strong there. It's it's, how can I say, schisto, I don't know how to say in English, but it's like different from this one, and this one don't allow us to produce wines that will make you to maintain so much time in the bottle.
Yeah, I understand. Cheese is beautiful.
Yeah. This cheese is from azeitão.
Oh, I know. The soft types of from azeitão.
Yeah, they have a lot.
We didn't try the hard cheese from the azeitão. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Cheese. Cheese is beautiful. Really.
Yeah, it's really.
Yeah, I guess it's about maybe 1 year. Yeah. Good. Because sometimes when we try to 2 years aging cheese, it's already too bitter.
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
But after 2 years,
it's
too much. Yeah. But about 1
year.
Yeah.
1.5.
Yeah.
So it's okay too.
Around 1 year.
Yeah.
Oh, how about that?
That.
So it's more. No, that one is more structure, has more body, has more full acidity. It's not so flower like the first one.
Yeah. Also fruit.
Yeah, I feel there is that one.
Okay.
Yeah. And for the red, when you in Portugal, when you write reserva, it means it was in oak.
The reserve always goes to oak.
At least.
We don't have a time, but usually at least 1 year. But we have here in our company.
But with the rules, you have to keep the wine for name reserva at least 1 year.
No, because we have a reserve with 9 months of oak barrels. But it's a reserve that it's not so like we have different levels of the wines, and that reserve is one of our first levels of reserve. So it's a good wine, but it's not.
So it starts from 9 months.
9 months. It depends. No, because you have what happens with the reserve is that you send a sample to the place where they check, and they have some rules and some characteristics that the wine have to have, and that characteristics usually are given by the wood, but they don't have the rule that the wine have to stage for 12 months. They just say that they have to have some characteristics and they know the characteristics. And usually what happens is you just have that characteristics after 1 year in oak barrels. But sometimes with some grapes you can have that characteristics soon or.
How they check? Just the smell and taste?
No. I think they do more tests and. But yeah, of course, tasting is what counts.
So you can keep, for example, 3 years the wine in oak barrel, but I don't know why. It just still young wine. It doesn't have any characteristic of oak aging, like some frozen water, something.
Okay, but something happened.
And you bring and tell 3 years. They told.
No.
I don't feel okay.
Yes.
It's not reserve.
Yeah.
So it could be.
It could be. Yeah. Because the reserve is like certain characteristics that the one have to have. So yeah, it's like that.
Okay. So before they put the name reserve to the bottle, you have to go to the some government cabinets about wine to ask.
We can say it's a reserve by ourselves.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so do you want to try again some of the whites, or do you pass to the red?
I think
okay.
It's
So for the reds, I bring you a grape variety, a Portuguese grape variety, and a French grape variety.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Touriga Nacional. I don't know if you know this one. But yeah, it's the most common in Portugal.
Yeah.
And it's more common in the north of Portugal. In Europe.
Yes.
Okay, so this one again is really fruity, but at the same time it's really full bodied, and you feel some the tannins in your mouth. This one goes really well with the meat, but you won't eat meat, so. But it's a really good wine where we can find the fruity part, but it's not so fruity as the white that you try. It's more like black fruit.
And I feel the oak.
A lot. Here, of course, it's staged 12 months.
12 months is
Yeah.
Berries, yes, some berries, three berries like cherry or like cherry.
Yes, yeah.
And I feel the luck.
Yeah.
Luck, how luck? Luck.
Do not say?
Polish.
Polish?
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 Not
Polish.
Polish. So, like.
Oh, like for the nails?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Do you feel it?
Oh, yeah. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's mistake, but in the red it's normal. It's normal sense.
So it's because it's a 2014. Sometimes when you have more older red wines, sometimes that happen.
More sulfurs and so more. You can feel these tones.
But do you like or?
For me, I think it's too strong with oak, but it's good. It well balanced. It good tannins and it's good acidity. I guess it's about 14.
Yeah.
14 degrees.
Yeah. 14 or 14.
14 and a half. No,
14. Yeah.
Because you see the.
Yeah.
This flex. It's always saying about high alcohol.
I think after maybe 2 or 3 years it will be more better,
Okay.
more silky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now it's okay. If you eat meat for some having steak, some strong steak, it's a good pair because it's acidity, tannins. It's
It's good pairing for meat, for steak.
Yeah.
But for me, it's a little bit aggressive.
But
I like to.
Our red are a little bit aggressive. I think the stage in oak barrels, it's the soils, and I think since it's 1 year in oak barrels, we'll start to feel more the oak, because they say if it stay around 1 year and a half, 2 years, sometimes you don't feel so much as just 1 year in oak barrels. So, yeah. But you feel in Cabernet that it's also really strong, red. But I think the difference is in the Cabernet you feel more the spices instead of the red fruits and the black fruits.
I have heard that Touriga Nacional, in fact, is Cabernet Sauvignon. Is or like Touriga Franca is Cabernet Franc.
Okay.
I have heard this theory.
The Franca, why is
Touriga
Touriga?
Nacional is Cabernet Sauvignon. Touriga Franca is Cabernet Franc.
No, these ones are not the same.
I know,
So,
but I have heard this theory
Okay.
of the wine.
Oh, that Touriga Nacional is Cabernet and the Touriga Franca have.
Cabernet Franc.
Okay.
That it's has they have a lot of commons.
It can be because when we are studying the grapes, we understand that some of them just are just grow with the relation of another 2 grapes, like they put a little bit of one and other, like they cruise the both, and they together they make another grape variety. So it can be. I don't know, but
More. It's not easy to with meat because everybody everywhere is meat. But it's not that I don't eat meat. It means that when you go to the wine festival, for example, in Campo Pequeno, and from this year they start to sell cheese inside. Not before it used to
cheese and food.
All food. Before it used to they sell it in the other part on the end of
in the center of place.
But now they sell it here.
Yeah.
And so when you just go around and taste the wine, you don't feel the wine, you feel only cheese, because Portugal cheese, is too flour. And when you just try and nearby the cheese,
and
you just
cheese.
cheese yes.
everywhere.
It's not Russian cheese, it's Portugal cheese, and so you can put the little pieces and you can it will be smell up to 1 kilometer. So it's the why they did like that. Okay, so not only meat, black currants and little bit some spicy, like pepper.
Almond. In Touriga. Almond.
Touriga. Almond.
A little bit.
I feel cherry.
No, okay.
Not black.
Okay.
Cherry, just cherry. Cherry, some little chocolates, maybe, like chocolates, cherry inside. In the most, I prefer more the Cabernet Sauvignon. Maybe I just prefer more international grapes.
Probably.
Yeah. But no, I like Alfreshero, for example, because it's not too dark. Jaén, but Jaén it depends on, because it's it could be like Minci in Spain to acidity sometimes, to just And our new experience is so south from Douro, and next we should try Vinhal from Minho, because it's the same, you know.
Yeah.
So south and Vinhal, so it's our new.
And you didn't try it? Yeah.
So south, yes, Vinhal, no, we are waiting for the bottle, because we found Afros wines. Do you know? Winery?
No.
So it's a winery from Viniverde, from Afros. One of the good one. The wines, I guess, starts from €20, and they produce good vinhal.
Okay.
And, I can't buy it in Lisbon because I know in Garrafeira Nacional, everywhere,
Did you went to Garrafeira Nacional?
No, they didn't
They
sell.
didn't sell.
And so we ordered from Portugal.
Okay. So you are waiting.
It's more softer, more easy going.
For me, it's cabbage. It's
cabbage.
Cabbage.
Kapusta.
Fried cabbage.
Жареная капуста.
Yeah.
Fried cabbage.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a little bit pepper. It's vegetable wine. For me, it's. Absolutely.
Okay,
not too much tannins like Touriga, but it's too. But yeah, it depends. If Cabernet Sauvignon, I guess, has less tannins than Touriga. Okay, it's nice samples. Both. Yeah.
Okay.
Good quality, good pair with food.
But of course, Cabernet is a little bit not so stronger as the Touriga, but as it has more spices and like.
Yes.
We
and
usually.
How many months in all?
12.
12, the
Also,
same.
Yeah. But this one is French and American, if I'm not mistaken. Check. Doesn't say here, but I'm sure that it's French and American, and this one is just French. It's why you feel more the wood.
Yeah.
Usually the French one is more stronger.
So, Muscatel?
To finish, okay, our Muscatel is a little bit different from the others of the region. This is because it's not so sweet as they usually are. It is.
Obrigado.
It's not so sweet because you have some notes of like citrons. You feel a lot orange, so you'll feel that you can drink more than usually Muscat.
Obrigado. And I don't know a lot about Muscatel. How long is
this one stays around 2 years in oak barrels, but we have the superior that it's better than this one. This one is really good, but the others are like superior, and we'll stage for 9 years. 9 and 8.
But I guess usually we can't taste that.
No, that one's
only
not.
by
Yeah.
And how long a fermentation process of Muscatel is?
I know it's more than
more than for reds and whites.
Yes. Because they have to stop the fermentation with the brandy, and then they're continuing. So it spends a little bit more time in the fermentation process.
In this weekend we try a very amazing wine and from Carcavelos.
Okay. Oh yes.
You know?
Yes,
It
yes.
was
Casa do Marquês.
No,
it's not.
Casa de Lima, Sima, but not Zima from Alentejo.
Okay.
Another one. Damn. So, ты уже на мой снимаешь. So it was just fortified wine like Madeira,
Yes.
but it was from Carcavelos. It was
It's a little bit expensive, no?
17 degrees,
Okay.
and it was not cheap. I guess
Yeah.
more than 30 euros.
Yeah, it's, I know the one that you
It
are.
was just for first time experience to try it.
Yeah, you usually say that it's the Marquês because it's done in the old vineyards of Marquês de Pombal that lived in the near that vineyards, and they start to produce that liquor in the time of the Marquês de Pombal. So yeah, but I know what you are saying.
Yeah. So
it's a little bit different from this one.
Yeah, it's nice, and I feel that the acidity is not gone, and it's good. I feel it fruity and acidity and the time, and some apples, pears. What is?
For me, lemon.
Yeah,
lime.
Lime.
Lime,
Orange.
Yeah.
Okay, for me it's apple and pears.
Okay.
Okay, orange. I agree with you absolutely. Yeah, but some wow, apple or pear.
Oh,
something.
maybe marshmallow.
Oh, yes,
marmalade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Deal.
Yeah.
So I eat all cheese. Cheese.
Not all, but
Cheese is
here is
perfect.
yeah.
Just it's not that I'm hungry. Just cheese is perfect. I
Yeah.
like cheese. I can live with cheese.
Yeah.
Instead, my wife
Just
give me-
the
yes,
cheese.
give me cheese. Nobody else.
So.
And it's very convenient because cheese is not talking. Cheese doesn't have any argument.
Yeah.
Cheese
You can just
all
add
time is soft, tasty. Doesn't ask anything. Cheese.
Anything, yeah.
But
Cheese
is
sometimes
complete.
it's finished.
Yeah,
and
wife never finished.
If I live here in Portugal, it's never
okay.
finished.
You buy
Okay, so
you buy new one.
And
Okay.
it's a company, and the cheese no, you just eat, and then you are full, and that's it.
yeah,
Okay.
so it's 10 points to cheese
Okay.
and
20 to wife.
Obrigado.
okay.
So.
Yeah, I just Vanessa wrote me that the excursion about 2 hours. I guess that
Yeah,
now
but
it's more
it's
than
fine. Don't worry.
yes, that now it's more than 2 hours.
Yeah.